Hey guys, Jacob Howard here, and in this video we are going to go over what camera you should use to capture cinematic FPV footage. Now right off the bat, I recommend using a GoPro Hero 7 Black. There are newer versions available now, but you can see some of our comparison videos on GoPro to see why I recommend the Hero 7 Black over those. GoPro has really been nailing it on providing features that are great for FPV pilots. There are drawbacks of course, but I've yet to see a better solution than the one GoPro offers. For those not that familiar with camera specs, you may not exactly know what you want out of one. Here's a quick rundown of the camera specs you can expect to see while looking for the best one to throw in your drone. Resolution. Resolution is how many pixels make up the image. 1080p or HD signifies that there are 1080 pixels from top to bottom in one line, and 1920 pixels from left to right in one line. If you do the math, that means that there are over 2 million pixels in every frame of a 1080 clip. 4K and 2.7K follow the same principles. For 4K, you have 2,160 pixels from top to bottom and 3,840 across, which equals out to over 8 million pixels, or 4 times the amount of HD, thus where it got its name. Frame rate. The next big thing you will hear about is the frame rate. Frame rate is how many images your camera can film per second. The standard everyday frame rate we are used to seeing is 24 FPS, or frames per second. This means that for every 1 second of video, there are 24 frames or pictures playing in succession every second. This gives us a video or a moving picture, as they called it back in the day. A higher frame rate means the more images there are each second, and the more the video can be slowed down. Since our eyes usually see at about 24 FPS, if we have a 60 FPS video, we can slow it down to 40% and watch it back in 24 FPS, which will be slowed down. The more frames you add to each second, the more you can slow it down. Video stabilization. This has become a big feature nowadays. With the release of the GoPro Hero 7 Black, everyone was stunned at the amazing stabilization features it had built in. You could run with the GoPro and it automatically stabilized the footage. This was especially big for FPV pilots because the GoPro stabilization would remove or smooth out jitters and mistakes they made while flying. GoPro is now on their 3rd iteration of stabilization, and for a lot of purposes it has gotten better, but for FPV flight, I've found the Hero 7 to do a great job smoothing out little mistakes in flight. Size and weight. The next thing to consider is size and weight. Even though the camera may seem small and light, every single gram on your drone will affect the performance of the drone and, of course, your battery. So depending on your drone size, you may want to opt in for the smallest camera that you can while still getting good footage. For smaller drones, you might want to go for something like the GoPro Hero Session 5. It's not the best camera on the market, but it is lightweight at about 75 grams, whereas the GoPro Hero 9 has over double that. But for really professional work, you will want to sacrifice that extra weight to have a better image quality. Editing ability. Many FPV pilots don't consider this aspect until it's too late. If you want to create professional videos, you need footage that can be adjusted in the editing room. Now, obviously, you want your footage to look great right from the camera, and that comes with knowing the right settings, which we'll explain in another video. But even video professionals want to bring their footage into the editing room and bring it to life. GoPro footage is getting better at allowing more editing room, but it's still far from professional grade cameras. But once again, for a camera its size and price, it is going to give you the best bang per buck. We will teach proper footage editing in another video as well in this section. All in all, you want your camera to be a good choice between functionality, weight, and ability. And as of right now, my best recommendation would be the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Make sure to check out our GoPro comparison videos to see why we picked that one. And as always, if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know, and have fun flying.